Paddy Pimblett is preparing for war, not merely training for Justin Gaethje. New footage from camp reveals a locked-in Paddy, seemingly ready for the ultimate test, showcasing punishing sessions and relentless pressure. The crucial question now looms: will Gaethje's signature violence unleash immediate chaos, or will his speed and grappling suffocate one of the sport's most dangerous strikers, potentially redefining Paddy's true standing?
Paddy, thank you for joining us. What is your mindset when you're going up to prepare against someone who you have so much respect for, so much admiration for, someone who's, you were saying at the press conference, is like a legend of the sport? What is it like knowing you're going in to face someone like Justin Gaethje?
Yeah, well, this is what you've always wanted to do. You've always wanted, coming up through your career, you want to fight these people that you've always looked up to, and it's sad to say that I think I'm going to retire them. You know what I mean? I'm preparing to beat them up in all facets of MMA, whether it's on the ground or whether it's on the feet. I'm preparing to beat them up. So, as I say, it's sad to say, but I'm more than likely going to retire him. I don't know if he'll fight again.
That unyielding desire for destruction only solidifies Paddy Pimblett's conviction regarding the outcome. He asserts he can already visualize it, catching Justin Gaethje on his feet and finishing him before the contest truly begins. According to Paddy, Gaethje won't make it past the third round, predicting an early stand-up knockout rather than a prolonged battle.
I think a lot of the fans understood why you weren't going to fight Paddy Pimblett in a non-championship setting, but now it is for a belt, and that is the fight that is in front of you. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, Paddy Pimblett, I mean, this guy's got a ton of momentum, you know, a ton of confidence, and those are two variables that are tough to beat. I'm going to have to really steal that momentum early and stay in my shell. You know, I know this kid's going to be trying to kill me, and I know he's going to make mistakes, so I have to be ready to take advantage of these mistakes and fight a perfect fight. At the highest level, it's who makes mistakes first, and I'm going to need to teach him that.
He hasn't lost in the UFC. He's the younger man. Those things can be factored into a betting line. Have you seen the odds for the fight?
Yeah, I love that I'm an underdog. I think I'm 8-2 or 8-3 as an underdog in the UFC. 2017, I fought the top 5 in the world every year, consistently, and I'm still here. If I wasn't as good as I am, then I wouldn't be here, and I still am here because I am one of the best in the world. It's just such a crazy sport.
By the way, before we dive in, 99.8% of the people watching right now aren't subscribed. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming MMA news. And without further ado, let's dive into it.
Meanwhile, Justin Gaethje harbors brutal intentions, already looking beyond his next opponent. He speaks of unleashing a rampage once gold adorns his waist, starting with Paddy and Ilya, then revisiting unresolved matters. Losses to Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira still sting, and Justin makes it clear that mere redemption isn't enough as a champion. He demands one of those names back in front of him, no matter what it takes.
Paddy the Baddy plans to beat up Justin Gaethje. I'm sure that doesn't come as a surprise to you. Paddy the Baddy believes he can beat Justin Gaethje up on the feet. That might come as a surprise to you. Paddy the Baddy says that he's a weird fighter. He knows he's a weird fighter, and you can't bring anybody into training camp to mimic him, that he wrestles weird and he grapples weird. You think Paddy is going to take him down? Which, by the way, you're then counting on a lot of luck once he gets there. You know, or a lot of good success once he gets there, keeping him there, submitting him, passing to positions, pounding him out, whatever it is you think's going to happen. But it has to start with the takedown, if you subscribe to that. And meanwhile, the argument would be, if it stays on his feet, that it would go to Gaethje. Is it that straightforward? I don't think so. And based on what we've seen, I could see where you could come to that conclusion. I'm just sharing, if you follow the sport as a whole, we don't really see that anymore. We don't really see a lot of this, you know, this guy's the better striker and this guy's the better grappler. That's very 1993 thinking. And we've dismissed Paddy for so long. I mean, I feel like we've dismissed him for 8 fights. Is he now 8-0 in the UFC? That's off the top of my head, but I think I'm right. Is he now 4 years in the UFC? That's off the top of my head, but I think I'm right. And Yeah, he does favor grappling, but he used to favor grappling to submissions. Now he's favoring grappling to ground and pound. So the only thing that you really learn through that statement is that you don't really know what he's going to do. And he doesn't really do something until somebody shows a defense to what he prefers to do.
Beyond the fighter's own predictions, experts are weighing in. Din Thomas doesn't foresee this fight being particularly close. While he acknowledges Paddy Pimblett's creativity, his comfort fighting off his back, and his intelligent use of range, Thomas believes these tools will be insufficient against the sheer violence Justin Gaethje brings. In his estimation, Gaethje operates on an entirely different intensity, and even if this represents Paddy's clearest path toward a title shot, the disparity should be evident once they're locked inside the cage.
Is that going to help him in this fight?
Brother, Paddy Pimblett cannot help him.
Why not? You're not impressed with Paddy?
Paddy Pimblett doesn't have nothing. What do you have?
Chael Sonnen, however, frames the matchup as a complex clash of styles. He highlights that supporting Paddy means wagering everything on taking the fight to the ground, then successfully controlling, advancing, and finishing a dangerous opponent there. Simultaneously, he points out that Justin's relentless pressure and striking power make every moment spent on the feet a significant threat. In Sonnen's view, the outcome isn't a simple equation of takedown equals Paddy and striking equals Justin. Far more chaos resides in between.
A lot of times, his opponents are expecting a war. They're expecting a brawl because of who's standing across from them. Is that something you're trying to avoid? Is that something you're embracing?
I'm embracing. I want a war. I've never had a war. I've never had a proper war where we're both cut and bloodied up. I'd love a fight like Adesanya Gastelum. I'd love a fight like that. But I don't think Justin Gaethje is the man to give me it. I just don't think. I love biting down on my gum shield and swinging punches. You never know, I might end up doing that to him. But I just can't see him getting past the third round. The only way he beats me is a big overhand right or a big left hook. I genuinely can't. I don't see anywhere he's better than me, even on the feet. I know he's an amazing striker, but so am I. So I just don't see anywhere he beats me.
Sonnen emphatically states that the old-school notion of one fighter being a pure striker and the other a pure grappler is obsolete. Paddy Pimblett has quietly built an impressive UFC tenure, constantly evolving his approach. He shifted from primarily seeking submissions to increasingly relying on ground and pound, consistently keeping opponents guessing. The true essence, Sonnen argues, is that Paddy only fully reveals his game plan when challenged, and that very unpredictability defines him as a legitimate threat.
Tell me officially, what's the prediction? How do you get your hand raised? How do you earn that title?
It's the same as Chandler. He doesn't get past the third. I don't see him getting out the third round, but I can see myself finishing before that. I keep having visions and knocking him out on the feet. To be honest, I keep having mad crazy visions and knocking him out on the feet, but wherever the fight goes, TKO or submission by round 3.
Yeah, because once I get this belt, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to beat Ilya. I'm going to beat Paddy. I'm going to beat Ilya. And then I got to get Max back. Have to. So I need him to win. I need him to beat Charles.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. They both beat me, so I want either one of those back. Yeah. Those are the only two guys that I have the opportunity to get back right now, so that's what I'm shooting for.
Usman doubles down on the skepticism, pointing out that even some of Paddy's recent victories are debatable. He specifically references the Jared Gordon fight, noting that in his eyes, Paddy technically lost, despite the judge's decision. From Usman's perspective, Paddy has yet to face truly elite-level competition. Names like Ilia Topuria or Justin, he argues, represent the kind of opposition that genuinely proves championship worthiness. Until then, he doesn't believe Paddy warrants a title shot.
When you break this fight down, how close do you think it actually is?
I personally don't think it's going to be that close at all. I mean, Paddy Pimblett's crafty. He's a crafty fighter. He's got a very strong skill set. He's not afraid to fight off of his back. He doesn't wrestle all that well, but he uses his length well in terms of his kicks. But I just think the amount of violence that Justin Gaethje brings to the fight is going to be too much for Paddy. I mean, we saw what Paddy did against Jared Gordon, and a lot of people think he lost that fight. And Justin Gaethje is not Jared Gordon. You know what I'm saying? Now, Paddy looked great against Bobby Green. That was a really quick fight. He looked great against Michael Chandler, but Michael Chandler was on a decline. I just think that Paddy, this is his best chance. We talked about Gaethje. This is also Paddy's best chance of winning a title, because I don't think he would have fared well against Ilya or Sarukian either, but this is his best chance of winning a title, and I don't even really see it being all that.
Dan Hardy, however, dissects the bout as a clash between patience and unpredictability. He sees Justin Gaethje prevailing if he methodically closes the cage and waits for Paddy to overcommit. Despite Gaethje's undeniable power, Hardy notes Paddy's evolution. He's become somewhat more predictable, yet remains tricky and vulnerable to early knees and counters. Hardy envisions Gaethje starting cautiously, landing a significant shot or forcing Paddy off balance. Still, Paddy's resilience could allow him to fight his way back into contention. Hardy further emphasizes Paddy Pimblett's considerable progress, viewing this fight as an opportunity for recognition that Paddy can compete with the best, thanks to his toughness under pressure. The raw talent from Cage Warriors is gone, replaced by a fully developed professional, sharpened by his next-gen team. Hardy believes Paddy's momentum will be crucial, but he cautions that if Gaethje pins him against the cage and disrupts his rhythm, even this evolved Paddy could face serious trouble.
With who he fight for the title? Like before, like he beat who? He beat like some, give me any names. Michael Chandler?
Michael Chandler, that's the biggest name, sure.
Everybody beat Michael Chandler, brother. He doesn't win, brother. He was in UFC and he win only one fight against Tony Ferguson, who had 45 years.
He won his debut too. I can't remember off the top of my head who that was again. Oh, Dan Hooker.
Brother,
he
he almost who?
He knocked out Dan Hooker. Remember?
Brother, Michael Chandler and Dan Hooker. Everybody beat these guys.
So not impressed. I like the honesty.
No, I'm honest. You know, like when we look at the best fight with the best, these guys, they're not elite. If you wanna see who's elite, like it's Charles Oliveira, he's an elite guy. It's Arman Tsarukyan.
Colby Covington, however, remains unconvinced that this fight is a foregone conclusion for Paddy Pimblett. He underscores that Justin Gaethje has endured countless wars and still bears the impact of brutal knockouts like the one from Max Holloway. While public hype positions Paddy as the favorite, Colby stresses that Gaethje remains a tough, determined fighter who will never back down. A loss here, he warns, could be career-defining. He suggests Paddy will need to command the wrestling exchanges, ground his opponent, and integrate his striking effectively for a victory, making the outcome far from certain. Colby further questions the fight's pervasive hype, viewing Justin as possibly past his prime, with Paddy being promoted as the sport's next big attraction. With Gaethje's fuel tank potentially diminishing and Paddy still establishing his elite credentials, Colby finds it incredibly difficult to call. Only the fight itself, he concludes, will reveal the true victor.
That guy, and who there is it? Gaethje, the elite guy. Ilya Tapuria, yes, is an elite fighter. You know, like somebody like that. You know, like not Paddy who fight with. He have one fight, and I think he lose this fight with a guy. I don't remember his name, but I see him. I was training with him here in Dubai. Yes, Gordon. He lose this fight. Gordon beat him.
Jared Gordon.
Yeah, Jared Gordon. He beat him us, but the judges give him fight like one.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you can check this fight if you want. No, I'm not like somebody who against Paddy. No, I don't know him. You know, like I'm just looking like fan of the martial arts. My opinion, he doesn't deserve title shots. My opinion.
Now it's your turn. What do you think about Paddy's message and Gaethje's response? Drop your take in the comments below. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you in the next video.